Sometimes whenever you're lost, you gotta put yourself in this situation. Like whenever you're lost in a boat and at sea, with with the pedals that you have to literally like row the boat in order to move. You gotta be sometimes putting yourself in that situation. Why? Because if you don't row the boat, you're not gonna go nowhere. You're just gonna be stranded, lost at sea. And you gotta put yourself in this situation at times because sometimes you just gotta dig yourself out from a certain situation, or sometimes you just gotta move because if you don't move, no one's gonna come for you. You know, depending on how lucky you get or how lucky you might be. Someone might. But in this case, I'm using it as a scenario because if you don't use yourself as motivation, as fuel, you don't use your mind, your headspace, your connections, your money, your networking, your skills, whatever you have as a talent, or the resources that you have, that boat is not gonna go nowhere. So sometimes you just gotta row the boat. And I use that as a great example because that's a really great way of me thinking. I just thought about that right now, and it's the truth. Because I've seen some people with like with I use myself as an example as well. Sometimes I have like really great skills and talents that I have, and I notice that if I don't do nothing, if I don't push myself to be better, to get better, to do this and that, no one's gonna do it for me. Unfortunately, that's how this life is. And it's good. I like that support. I would love to have that support, and I have it sometimes. So that's why I tend to do it, and that's why I tend to be driven in that moment. Why? Because if I don't row my own boat, I'm not gonna go nowhere. I have to get to my destination, and that's how I'm gonna get. I like it. I like thinking like that because sometimes you just gotta get it right, like straight out the hustle. Straight out of your mindset, your connections, your mind space, or whatever you do. In your profession, on whatever you do. So sometimes you gotta use that yourself as a fuel to get to that destination that you want to. Be that, to have that driven goals, to have that mind space, to have the mind thoughts, the mind space and the mind thoughts of being able to be driven enough to do it in and out, daily and out, getting better than yesterday, better than last week. And a lot of people give up after they don't see results within the first week, within the first month. Some do, some don't. And that's unfortunate about the truth about a lot of people. A lot of people have talent and stuff, and they don't, instead of just giving up, instead of crafting their skills and getting better, they just give up. And sometimes you just got to keep going. You just got to keep rowing that boat until you see that destination. And the sooner that you get to it, the better. One of the good things that I like to do about spreading positivity is just a great manner, to provide to someone else that might need it. You just never know. You just might make their whole week or their whole month. And it always gives you that fulfillment of knowing that you did something good to somebody else at a free cost, just by giving them a free compliment, or just telling them a good job. And this is why I do this, because you just never know what type of people don't get that type of um how do you say, dang, I forgot. All right, I messed up. Now I'm gonna make this a comedy. Let me think about something funny. Hey, did y'all see how Will Smith slapped that Chris Rock? Man, that was nasty. That was nasty right there. I was just like, the boy got smacked, boy. Man, that sucks right there. All right, now let me try to think about something else. But I don't know. I'm gonna still record this. Look how I'm gonna bounce back from this. All right, so whenever you bounce back from things, you just gotta bounce back from things and just go with the flow. Just go with the flow. You may not know what you might do or what you want to say, but once I press that record button, I gotta keep it going. That's a new rule with me. That's a new rule that I'm gonna do on here on TikTok. The second that I press record, I gotta keep it going. So if I mess up, you're gonna see my bloopers. So hopefully nothing ever bad happens. I mean, hopefully nothing ever embarrassing happens. You know, I'm gonna be praying nothing embarrassing happens when I'm recording, because the second I start recording, I'm not gonna press stop. I'm not, if I just mess up on my words, I just start mumbling, man, I'm gonna keep it going. All right, I'm gonna make that a series now. All right, so whenever you bounce back from things, you just gotta bounce back. I'd say that again, but I'm gonna say it again. Sometimes why? Because whenever you learn and you grow and you know. All right, those are my one of my favorite words that I just made up this month. You grow as you know as you grow. You know, wait, I forgot it, but just rehear that again. I'm a copy and paste it and just type it here on my wall so I can remember. Man, I really messed up this video. My this is my reactions when I mess up sometimes. Whenever I say things that I shouldn't be saying, or whenever I don't know how to act sometimes. So this is how I gotta react. Sometimes whenever you don't know how to act, you just react. And whenever you react, that's how you know how to act. Oh, look at that. Oh boy, your boy over here rapping and tapping. Oh, all right. So look, man, it's too late, man. I'm just leave it at this. I'm gonna leave it at this. I don't even care. Hopefully, I made y'all laugh. Y'all probably gonna words of wisdom, man. I messed up this video. How's it going, my beautiful people? How's it going? I'm gonna be here spreading some really good positive energy. I hope you're doing good. If not, well, good luck. I'm giving you some good positive vibes right here. So, if nobody has told you that you're amazing, well, guess what? I'm the one to tell you. Ha, I beat them first. And if not, man, sometimes you just gotta give yourself a hug, a pat on the back. You just gotta hype yourself up at times. That I do that on the daily. I go throughout my day where I just hype myself up. A lot of people assume that I get like a lot of good how can I say that compliments, or not compliments, like a lot of people approach me and tell me that I'm good looking or something like that. I really don't. The psychological thing about that is that whenever a person sees a good person, like a good looking person, they assume that they always get hit on, or they always go and get approached by other people. But in reality, some of the times they really don't, and this is why a lot of good looking people, don't really get approached a lot, because people just assume. And that's something that I want to talk about, because just because people assume, it shouldn't be an assumption, meaning that sometimes if you think someone's good looking, just go out to them and be like, hey, you're good looking or something. And if not, think about that about yourself, because I always hype myself up. I'm my own hype man. I like to hype myself up to the best of my ability. Why? Because I'm always on the hustle, I'm always on the grind. I like to be that type of person to myself, and to sometimes I'll be like, hey, I like your shoes, I like your shirt, just to strangers or something like that. Or if they have colored hair, I'm like, hey, it looks cool. Why? Because sometimes you just never know if they get a compliment or not. So that I'm just that type of person whenever I go out and about, and it feels good. And sometimes you got to remind yourself this to yourself, because whatever age you are, however you look, there's something that people might look up to you about, your hustle, your grind, or your shoes, your car, or whatever. And sometimes you got to hype yourself up, because there's a lot of people out there that would love to have that, or be in that situation, have that friendship, have that cousin, have that brother, sister that you have, that relationship, or have that house, have that car, and just in general, the way that you speak, the way your hair, I don't know, man. There's a lot of people out there that would love to be in your situation or something. So that's how you gotta hype yourself up at times, I always remember that there's someone out there that has less than you and that would want to be in your position. That's why I'm always grateful about everything that I have, and everything that I work for, and everything that I preach on about, because it's the truth. There's someone out there that would love to be in your position, that would love to have that situation that you're in, and that's why you got to be graceful. And whenever you